Welcome to Valley View Live. Caesar's Palace headliner Matt Goss is in studio with us today as our very special and handsome guest host. I mean, look at him, ladies and even gentlemen, right?
Exactly.
Yes, I love your suit.
Thank you,
but before we get into, I know you have your own line, before we get into all of the nitty gritty about Matt Goss, let's talk about what's coming up. Your 800th show, 7th year right here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's incredible. Thank you so much. I'm a Caesar's boy through and through, and it's just amazing. Like I've just moved to Las Vegas, so it's an amazing thing for me. I get ready, and my assistant Diana, I always crack her up because I'm like ready by 9:20. I'm in my car, I get out, go to Caesar's, say hello to everybody at the front of Caesar's, and just walk straight on stage. It's such a nice thing to. Yeah. I really feel like
you're home.
Yeah, I'm home, and I've gained more peace here than I could ever have imagined. You know, I've lived in Milan. I'm a Londoner. Lived in New York, LA, and I've gained so much peace in Las Vegas. I never thought of all the places I would gain some peace.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think people have an agenda here. I think that people are here for a specific reason. And, you know, in LA, I lived there for 15, 16 years, and someone's always looking for the next thing, and the big candy store. And don't get me wrong, Las Vegas is one big cruise ship. But everybody knows everybody. But
absolutely.
I think that it's people actually say, "How are you?" And you know, I have some friends that have real. You know, the community here is phenomenal. Like I go to DW Bistro on Sundays, and we have our little crew. And
so fun.
It's just so nice. And then and we just have my barbers at Tivoli Village. And
you have your regular places that you
exactly. Well, and Dana Roselli, one of our morning anchors, she's a member of your posse. She runs with the Matt Goss.
She's one of my homies. Yeah.
Yes.
We just went to the Grand Canyon Maverick helicopters. We landed, had a picnic, and then there's a few of us and my brother. And my brother came in, and we just had a picnic 4 hours. You know, we did throw a few rocks off.
Now, I've seen you perform twice at your showroom, the Gossi showroom there, and I think you performed different each time I went because you incorporate new things. There's a couple of the same songs, which is classic and perfect, but it always changes, and that's why I think you're able to change with the times and flow and ebb too, and people enjoy that.
7 years. I mean, that's.
Well, how would you describe your sound?
Right.
A fella recently a fella came up to me. He says, "You know, you made it New Year's Eve tonight. It's kind of New Year's Eve. People think it's going to be there is a lot of sophistication, and it is very glamorous. Like the women come, they get very dressed up. The fellas come. I think it's nice to see the fellas come and get dressed up and actually sit with their scotch, and the ladies with a bottle of champagne. But I think.
Well, that's old Las Vegas too. There was that era where people actually got dressed up to go out.
Yeah, but it's still edgy though. That's the thing. It's still people don't realize that everybody leaves the show and they're just like, I don't know what just happened.
It's just fun. You have such a big sound. We're watching your video right here. That's to When Will I Be Famous, right? That is one of my favorite songs. It's incredible.
And you
it's so catchy.
You're so romantic too. Like there's a really big sexy vibe about you. Is that all part of the brand, or is this you at the end of the day?
I think thank you first of all.
There you go with that. So this is me.
Because I know you're really into branding and all of that as well.
Well, branding, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, for me, as a man, I'm very confident. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. Yeah. But as possibly, and what you're saying, I'm not that confident. So I'm actually quite a shy person in many ways. So I think that for me, the testosterone in the room is very important. I think that old school, the fellas come. I think it's important to. I'm a romantic, but I boxed for 15 years, and I still think you've got to be a man's man. Right. But I also love the fact that the ladies come and it's just like I always say that the fellas come and meet your future ex-wife in the Gossi room. It's like it's just one of those things that everyone flirts. It is a fun night out. I mean, I'm very proud, and I'm also proud. I've had my show at 7 years, most famous casino on the planet. Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to say Vegas. When I go back to the UK, and I just say I'm at Caesar's Palace, you don't have to say Vegas.
Exactly.
They just know it.
Everybody knows. Well, we know that we're so happy to have you here
with us
today.
So thank you for having me here. Really.
So we're going to have you sound off on some trending topics.
Great.